Hi, Sasa.
Fitza anasema, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Hello,
Nice.
Sasani, and welcome to Beth Modoni channel.
Thank you so
Today
much.
today we have a special guest. And guess why? Because this channel is not for cowards, as I told you. And these two women, they are brave women. Welcome. Why are you laughing? Is it not true?
No, it's okay. I'm acknowledging that what you said.
So I give you this opportunity to introduce yourself to my people.
So hi everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in such a busy day. It's a Monday. Everybody's at work, I believe. And for those who are free, you'd like to have some free time, but you have just chosen to tune in to be with us. And I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much, Beth. This was really, really spontaneous. We talked today morning and I was like, yeah, I'm free today. Why not? Let's go for it. It's really worked perfectly. So guys, for those who are watching, my name is Alia Mogure Dietman, aka the Dream Chaser. I live in Germany. I'm a mother of 3 boys. I'm married and I'm the lady behind. I'm the CEO of Jambo African Dishes, Leah's Finest Spices, Leah's Podcast, my YouTube channel, Leah the Dream Chaser, just in case you haven't subscribed. Today. I think that's
Yes,
it. That's who I am.
you are welcome, Leah. Just
Thank
tell
you.
us. You have written Leah the Dream Chaser. What is this behind this name?
You know, actually, my small son Simon told me, Mom, you're supposed to be the dream catcher and not the dream chaser. And I was like, okay, sounds good. But I don't know. Normally, before I used to say I'm the village marathon runner running the race in Europe. But somehow I came to learn to this name. I remember like 13 years ago, I was very new in Germany. We were visiting one friend in Stuttgart, and I was driving that small old car of mine. And then came a car that I really loved on the highway. And I told my friend, you know what? Let's chase our dream. That's like
Let's
13, 14 years ago. And I don't know, I think from there, I just said dream chaser. So you're chasing the dreams. And I just thought it's good. It's okay. I love it. It's all over my tracks, my car is everywhere. I love it. I'm just somebody trying to chase her dreams, not waiting for tomorrow to have all the answers, but just to say, this is what I have today. This is what I'm going to work with today. And
great.
that's it.
So just tell me, Leah. You know, when we are here, everybody is interested. How did these people get into Germany? Just tell me, how did you get it in Germany?
How I came over here, I came in as an au pair. I used to take care of a 3-month-old baby in a place called Babenhausen. I stayed there for 1 year, a month, for 13 months. I came in as an au pair, and then shortly after my au pair, I got married, and then I quit the country. I went to the UK because I wasn't able to understand this language. It was really a hectic for me. I was like, no. So I tried my life in the UK. I stayed there for 6 months. I came back to Germany, and since then I've been here. So I came in as an au pair.
Wow, great. And now a wonderful woman of 3 kids.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 of my own, and I have a stepson who's 28.
Ah, they are all our kids.
They are my babies. Yeah, that's right.
So, Leah, just tell me, who is this Leah? What do you do today? And how did you come to be the Leah Dream Chaser?
How I became that what I am today. When I came back from the UK, because I couldn't speak the language, I decided to go back to school shortly to learn the language. And as I was doing this, I got a job as a cleaner. I used to clean 8 hours in a company called Vela. It's no more Vela, it's Procter & Gamble now, but I used to work there for 8 hours a day, cleaning offices, toilets. And I remember after almost an year, my ex-husband, we are no more together, unfortunately. My ex-husband told me, you know what, Leah, you could apply for a job at Lufthansa because they're looking for people. And I applied for a job. I never got the job because my German was really poor. So the boss said, you go back, learn for 1 year, and then you can come back and apply for the job. So I left. I continued cleaning. I was getting my money. It was okay. It was not really what I wanted to do. I don't think there's somebody out there who can say, I love cleaning. You can't clean 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and sit weekend and say, wow, that was a good week. You hustle. I used to call it my stepstone to the next level. So I was okay with it. I did it with a lot of fun, a lot of humor. It was okay. But I remember 2 months later, they looked for somebody who could speak English, not necessarily German, like English. You have to speak really good English. And the boss called me, and this time I never had an interview, and Lufthansa took me. I worked there for 8 years.
Yeah.
And as I was working there, I remember I realized every day that there was something more to just that what I was doing then. I had my dreams at the back of my mind, but I didn't know how I would get to, like, how they would get to manifest. And I must thank the living God today because it's with his help. Having finished working at Lufthansa, got my firstborn, and then got my secondborn, and then I went to school because I went to school there to study French and Spanish. I'm a foreign correspondent. I work like a bilingual assistant, and like I do French and corresponding. I correspond foreign languages, and that's French and Spanish. Spanish, I'm not so good because I didn't invest a lot after school. But for my French, it's really, really good. I love it. And I think having gone to school really helped me because with this, I got to get my job where I worked until 2019 before the pandemic hit. And it's through this last company that my dream came true because that's where I started doing the food. I never thought I would ever become a foodie because it was a company where I worked, and lunchtime we used to walk like 200 people to a mall to eat. And I used to think, what if I could stop them and they eat at my place? But I didn't know how. So what I did, I wrote an email to people like in the office and said, if you guys are interested, I could bring you lunch next week on Friday. 10 people signed in. The next week, 20. We went to 30 and then 40, and then I got my first food truck because I couldn't carry the food anymore. And the job was really hitting, so I quit my job on Fridays. I used to do food on Fridays, and then I quit another day, so it was 2 times a week. And it just went on and on and on. In 2019 October, I finally quit my job. That was really, really painful. I had to leave because I realized there is more to what I was doing. And that's what I became today. I started doing the food thing. It's been there since 2017, but with workers. I was in the office and the workers were serving lunch downstairs in the company. And after that, I think the pandemic time things really strike. I would say I thrived during the pandemic because that's when I started now my YouTube channel, my podcast. That's where I launched my spices, Leahrs Finest Spices, that are really selling well on the internet, like online shop. It's really moving. And that's who I am today. It's just step by step. I'm not yet there, Beth. I want to encourage somebody out there. I'm not yet there, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
So, Leah, you are taking us very quickly. You know why? How did you start this? In German, it's a little bit tricky. It's not like I want to start a food truck and tomorrow you have it. How did you start it? How can you advise somebody who right now, after seeing this video, want to start any business in German? How did you start it?
If I may be very honest, I hope you can believe this and buy this. When I started with 10 people, I took the food in a pizza box, like so small, and then it went to big, and with 40, it was really heavy. So when I got this idea of I could maybe get a food truck, there was a guy who was going back to Croatia who put his truck online, and he was selling it for a really good price. I think he got it for 6,500. And I told my husband, I think I would go for it. But Beth, don't forget, I had never driven a truck. And here I am coming in and saying I'll get the truck. And I must say, you need to be courageous. You need to stand out for that what you believe you can do. Because I never knew how. And my husband knew if you get the truck, you're the one to drive it because he has his job. He's been working there for years. He loves his job. So it was about me. So I got the truck, and take it or leave it. I worked 2 years black, like Schwarzarbeit, without paperwork, no insurance. Yeah, I had nothing. And 2 years later, I thought, I didn't know. I didn't know what you're supposed to do. I thought people are eating. The truck is okay. We got a number plate to bring in the truck. You can get this trade number plate to get your truck or your car from A to B. So we brought in the truck to the premise because it was a closed premise. The office where I work, it's all closed. You can't come in unless you work there. So we brought it in. I brought in my pots, and that's how I started. And 2 years later, my husband told me, but I think you need to give in your tax, you need to register everything. I was like, you're
Okay.
right. So I got the tax lady, the Shoya Berancharin, and I told her, and she said, I'm the first person in her history who ever did what I did, because normally it's a risk. I risked for 2 years. I didn't have a cashier, like I used to take money and put it, like the workers used to take the money, we had a box, like a metal
Like
box, put the money,
like
we give change.
Mama Nani Joroge back in Kenya. The way they
Yes,
were
like that,
putting their money
exactly that.
here.
So we used to take money and we kept the money. And she said to me, I never had something like this. So what she told me to do, I brought in all the paperwork that I had at that particular time, but I'd lost a lot of papers because I never used to like. For me, I think it was important that people get to eat. These other procedures, paperwork, I didn't care much. For me, it's good they were eating and they were all happy. So she took
Okay.
what I had and she told me, you're going to write a letter. Don't type it. You're going to
Yeah.
write it and tell the KRA, the finance, why you did what you did. And because I was so innocent, and God knows, I wrote exactly that, that people were eating, and I thought, why not? And I think 3 months later, I got a letter with the amount of money that I was supposed to pay for the 2 years that I worked black, because they had
Ah,
to check how much roughly. And
yeah.
since then, we don't do black work. I try as much as I can. If you come to my track and it's maybe trial, that I let her know that I'm having a person for trial. But the workers that I have right now, I'm having 4 students who are like first, and I'm having two who
Yeah.
come in whenever there is a shortage, maybe somebody is sick or cannot come in, but they're not okay. Black like Schwarz, they don't do this. And that, we do everything
Yeah.
on black and white, we table everything because I know what it meant for 2 years when I had to pay so much back because of having done things wrong. I would advise anybody out there, if you know this is what you want to do, first get to know what is needed of you. But at the same time, I think it was good that I didn't know what I was needed because I would be scared if they said we
Ah,
need this, they needed so many papers. And the lady told me, I'm glad you started because you are now 2 years old. The company is
yeah.
grown. We can't stop. So we moved.
Yeah. And when somebody sees a black person, they are used to black jobs, nah? The way we,
It's not
somebody
nice.
comes from outside, so you just think, this person have no papers, as we
It's not
call them.
good.
So, Leah, just tell me, just a point, how much did you start your business with?
200 euros.
200 euros.
But Beth, let me go, before I talk about this, let me go back to this part of why it's not really good to employ black, like to do work without paperwork. It is okay
Yeah.
because then you don't need to pay, like me being the boss, I don't need to pay anything back to the government because I gave you the money and a
Yeah.
cover. But now comes
Yeah.
in the problem. When you
Yeah.
give these people this money, you can't account for it because, like now, if I pay my workers maybe like 4 of them, let's take a figure of 3,000 euros a month.
Yeah.
I can account for it and say, hey, look, this is what I got. This year I got, my physical year had maybe an income of maybe 30,000 and I gave out 15,000. But if you can't account for it, that means you can't even know if your job is growing or not. That's the
Yeah.
danger. You can't, because you can't
Yeah.
account for it. You can't tell anybody that. And if these people get sick or an accident happens, then you're in chips. That's the reason why I don't mind it. I mean, like, there are people who do it, but I don't want to do it. First of all, I'm black, I'm dark in complexion, and the name itself is not so appealing. And why should I do it? Because when I pay you, then I know at the end of the month, this is the money that I paid everybody, and it's okay. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Leah, just tell me, I know from starting a business or being whom you are today, it's not as there is challenges. So tell me, which were your challenges?
What was what? My what?
Your challenges in starting your job, as in how did the family help you? How did the friends help you? What were
Okay,
the
first of all, I must be very happy that I first of all never took any credit from the bank. If you watch my videos, you'll see where I wrote all I started with 200 euros, and it's really genuine because I started with the pots that I had. I never bought pots. So I cooked for 10 people and it was okay. I had the pots. And then I bought boxes to pack the food and I got a deep fryer. It was really 200 euros. I did not start like Today we have a capacity of 700 people, but I started with 10 people. So my business has been growing bit by bit. It didn't just, like now we are 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We are almost in our 6th year now. And I must say it's been peu à peu. But the last 3 years, I think in 2019, 2018, end of 2018, 2019, the business really shot. And that's even why I chose to quit my job, because I realized things are moving. You know, when you get a catering of, let's say, like the highest number that I ever had was 450 for the Kenya Railways, like Deutsche Bank. That's where my husband works. They had a marathon and I was asked to cook for them. And 450 people, you cannot go in with a number of 100 people. That means I have to up my game and get more plates, more spoons, the food warmers. So when you know you're having a big contract, you know money is coming in, I was willing to risk and invest because I knew I'll invest maybe 2,000 euros and I'm being paid 8,000 euros. So it was worth the investment. So I started slowly by slowly. Don't also wait to start with everything. If you are maybe somebody who chose you like fashion, don't wait to have all those things and that big fashion room. Start small. And then if you have the money, of course you can. But I think the risk of starting big is really high. If you start small, you can take those baby steps, check what to improve. And I think when I started with just one person. I used to have a helper. Of course, I had an au pair. All the years we always had an au pair in our home. But I think this having one person, everything was so manageable. And then it has grown. Then I saw there's need for a second person, need for a third person. Because right now we're having our second staff. And I think very soon we'll even get the third staff. Because I can see there is need. But I didn't just start like book. Because if you want to start like that, then you have to look for money. And bet there is nothing so bad like asking out for money if you're not really sure of what you want to do. And even if the business is going to pick, of course it's good to risk. But I think I love the way that Jambo African Dishes began.
So Leah, tell me, how did the French, here in German, let us talk the truth. In German, most of the people or the people who are close to you, friends, family, they are those who encourage you. And mostly here in German, they even tell you, you cannot make it. Or you see somebody is going away when she see you and just try to go away. Was that a challenge to your work?
I think yes. I can't say friends have never been an issue in my life in Germany, but at the moment, not. At the moment, God has brought me to a level where I know how to handle them because I only have people that I need in my life and I know they need me in their life. It can't be just people who need me or people that I need. It has to be a give and take thing. I had a very, very, very big circle of friends. I would count maybe 20 of them or even 30. When I did birthdays, we were 60 people, But I cut them accordingly with a lot of pain. Some I separated with tears. And when I look back, I don't regret. I think we couldn't just go this journey together. I would say for the business, because even friends, that when you get married, there are things, I personally, my past marriage never worked. Unfortunately, I think I contributed 70 to 80%. I think my ex-husband wasn't really that bad, but I didn't know. I was so naive, you bring like people into your relationship. You tell them everything going on. You can't talk to your husband based to what you talk with your friends. Things I can't do today. There are things I can't go telling my friends about my family. I don't. Why? Why should I? It doesn't help in anything. And if you tell them, they also have a friend. So before you realize it, everything is all over. Business-wise, I would say the challenge that I really had was when I went back to school, because I went back to school as a mother of two, and I was there for 4 years. It was a challenge because then I was in a new relationship. Our baby was very small. And all this together, I didn't have time. And then I had to move from where I live because if I didn't quit there, I would have to live from social welfare, which was not really necessary. Usually say there are people who really need this money. There's somebody who just got her kids, she can't be able to go to work full time. So there are people who need this help, and it's really good that they get it. I'm loving it. That's why I'm usually very much against people who say, achana na ula nakula pesa ya gava. It's not your government. Why should you feel bad if somebody is getting that money? Be happy that even there is a government that can help a sister out there, I pay tax. I'm happy when this tax can help somebody from Kenya, my country or Africa. I'm very happy, And I had to leave because if I didn't leave, my maternity leave had come to an end, and I had applied money for just a very short time. So it was either I leave, move into my husband, or I stay in my apartment and then I go to the social people and say, hey, you know what? I need money. But my husband was okay. Like when we were still dating, we were not married, and he said, "Yeah, you can come in if you have the fear. I can build you upstairs," and that's how I moved into this place. And I know the friend thing came in so bad because when I moved into my husband today's place, there is no way I could bring all those women that used to come to my apartment then.
Yeah.
How? When they used to come to my apartment, we could sleep on the floor, on the couch, on the bed, 3, 4, 5 women. But I'm not with a man. I'm in a relationship. How do you expect to come to my home just the way you used to come when I lived alone? Things had to change. And I thank God for having given me this wisdom to know you're not going to drag these people into your new home. You have a broken marriage behind you. You have to ask, why did it even break? Because I know I'm not blaming any friend, but I would say I was not fit then to be able to know what to take from friends, filter it before I take it to my ex-husband. So it failed. So when I got into my new relationship, I was very careful. Not everybody came. Actually, there are friends of mine who have never. Okay, we bought a new home. We're in a new place like 4 years now. But where I moved to, they've never been there. And even here, I can count maybe very few who come. They don't come. Why should they come? We can meet out there. If you have to come into my home, there must be a reason why you are coming to my home, because this is my castle. This is where it all happens, And I think the challenge was when I went back to school, I never had time for them. And then gossiping started, and Anajiringa. There are things, and it was really hard. Anajiringa, Ama Bonake doesn't love people. He loves people. He's such a kind person. But it was too much. I had to first know what I did wrong, analyze everything, and then know how to move into the new life that I moved into. Friends will always remain a challenge even today. When they call you, they want to be served first. It's upon you to know who is who and when are they even calling you. Because there are calls I don't pick before 12 o'clock. I don't. Although they are for my friend, I don't. Because they'll either tell you your vibes, they'll tell you something, and then in Germany I came to realize friendship in Kenya was so healthy. Friendship in Germany is so like sick, If somebody sees me with you and we are all grown up, I've never understood where is the problem. Squeeze yako na fulani, si wacha kuwe naye, si ana grow. Because even my kids don't have the same friends they had 3 years ago because they are growing. There are people I'll have maybe when I get old, but we are not meant to be together always. It's okay. You only know your friends are comfortable when the silence between the two of you becomes comfortable. And I think this will remain an issue. I can't say I'm over it completely, but I'm managing friends. And they know. And they know that I love them so much, but I'm managing them. You don't tell me about the other. I don't want to hear. I stop it. I don't do that.
Yeah. So, Rhea, let's talk about German and Germany people. We Kenyan in German. Let's talk a little bit of it. As in, we Kenyan, me too, being a Kenyan. How do we contribute in not supporting each other? Especially when, like you're saying, we know here, every time you are working, either if you're not working, you have to be with the family or you have an appointment. Every time you cannot just come and knock the door and just say, Leah, I want to stay for 2 hours with you, or rather to sleep here at your home. Just tell me, these friends, how can we go about them? How should we express ourselves to such people such that the relationship is still there and we are still coping with each other? What is your advice? Because as you are talking, I can hear you have a little bit experience.
I personally would say you need to draw a margin. You need to have a boundary. And this boundary is a boundary that is going to be safe for you and safe for your kids. Our second we actually went to her place yesterday with my boys. We surprised her in Dusseldorf. She remains to be one of my best and she's like my daughter. She told me once, and you know what, Mom? I think the most important people you have right now, because she came in when I was going through transition. It was a very hard time. I used to cry. Their friends, we parted, and I had to part, and it was really, really painful because they did something that really hurt me, and I thought, that can't be love. That could not, and it really hurt me, and I knew, you know what? Heute auf Morgan, I said, no, it's over. And she told me, Mom, I think you need to concentrate on the boys. You have the boys, you have your husband. Why, you know? And he's so young, and I thought, in the night, I thought, she's right. But I think if I was to speak to anybody out there who is having maybe some kind of drama with friends, you're having the wrong friends. I swear, you're having the wrong friends. You know that you need to draw a margin in such a way that it's like a fence. There is the friend side and there is the family on this side. Any friend that does not cope with your current situation and your family, kick them out and let you also want, you know, people who say that I don't meet my friend with my husband, but I like to hear my husband's opinion towards somebody because he's my husband. You understand? But if it's somebody that I really like and my husband doesn't like, I can maybe try to see that we meet outside home. And I don't keep speaking about this friend in my home. But currently, I don't have such a person. Anybody who was not conducive for my husband and for me, I said, I didn't say it's over. I just walked away. You don't pick their call to SMS them. You tell you, okay, can you write me? I'm busy. You can always find a way to silence them peacefully. Because also, you never know when you need them, you know? You may need them one day. I'm somebody very careful when it comes to ending relationships. I end it when I mean to end it, but I can still see you tomorrow and we can smile. And I think I would speak in Germany because Kenya, I'm not there. We are here and you ask about Germany. I think the problem we are having in Germany, there's something that kills us a lot, comparison. We like to compare one another so much, you know? What does she do? How does the husband react? And we are all blessed so differently. There are people married by Germans. There are those married by Kenyans, other European countries. There are those married to the young. There are those married to the old. Like me, my husband is not the youngest. My ex-husband was very young, but it's never worked. My man right now has the right age for me. It's the age that I ever wished for. And he knows, we make jokes, I say, if you leave me today, I'll go for somebody of your age or even a bit older. He knows. So you have to know this is what I want.
Leah, wait. Married by an old man. Just tell me.
He's not old. He's just the right person. I can't turn the camera. I would have told you around. You see him. He's just the right person. I don't think God could ever have blessed me.
You a question there. Leah, I usually hear people saying, ameolewa na babu yake.
Sasa hiyo ni makosa. You can't say that. No.
You are listening to me.
Now that's being disrespectful. You can't say that. No.
Yeah. So does age have anything to do with the relationship, really?
Okay, I really don't know, but I think when my marriage broke, my husband was then 38 years. And I think
because you had tasted both marriage. You had a young person. Yeah.
I think when my marriage broke, I knew where I messed and I knew how much drama had gone into my life. My head was like a carousel and I knew. I even had a dream. This I told my mom and she told me, you're going to meet a very, very polite, cool guy. And he's the one. He's my husband today. I'll make a video of him. I told him we have to sit and make a video because he's my friend. He's my best friend. You know? Of course, I do have friends. Like now in the neighborhood, I have friends who came in and we do talk and everything. But there is this one person you connect with, and that's my husband. He's just my friend. He understands me. I'm very outgoing. I talk a lot. And I'm the kind of person who even comes to my husband, hey, guess what? I met a guy today and he was looking good. I gave him a compliment. Like, my husband is my friend.
Yeah.
You know, there are these things, you have people who fear when I tell my husband this, he might think this. I don't. Or anybody could pick up the phone and call my husband and say, hey, guess what Leah did? He knows me. And he knows how I am. And I think that thing of age is upon you to know that this person makes you happy. If you marry somebody, regardless the age, if it is out of love, move on. You don't need validation from other people. Why? You know, you don't need it. I think they have create a boundary. Say, these are my friends, this is my family. I'll only take in people who suit in, who fit in. And you don't have to have all these friends. We have a problem in Germany. Pia nikipata shida nitasaidiwa na nani? You want to even keep friends because if there is something they'll say akwagi na marafiki then watamsaidia. Don't put problems ahead of you. Me, my faith is so much at the front, and I believe if anything comes ahead of me, the God who has been guiding me every day, I don't have to keep all those many people because I'm waiting to have a problem or a wedding or a party to invite them. Why? Life is so short. Be serious. have serious people. Have people who speak things that are going to move you to the next level. Eagle mindset. Not every little thing you say get twisted, told to the next. Or you go to church. You know, the times I used to go to church and there's stories I used to come and I think, hey, mtu anaweza kuja tu church kutafuta information ama ukitoka church unapiga ngine. Guess nani alikuwa church leo? Kwani is it your job to take roll call in church? Ama kwa party alikuwa na nani? Who told you to go to a party to check who was with who? You go there, have your thing, go home, have fun with yourself, you know? People have this thing, and this thing is commonly, I don't know why. I don't understand why. Really?
So somebody is saying here, Rusi is saying, this is a whole vibe. Hey. Leah is somebody is saying that is your inspire. That is the kind of women that should be.
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You mentioned about au pair, and right now in my channel, I'm trying to help people to get in here either way. But there is one question that everybody keep asking me: why can't you invite me to your house as an au pair? I know you are a mother of an au pair, and you can advise us. Did you have an au pair who came from Kenya, and why not?
Okay, you can check. I'm German since I think 13 years now. I came in and 1.5 years later I applied because of my job. I got a job at Emirates and I had to be either NATO or European. And through this, I got my passport. And I remain to be Kenyan because there's that place you write nationality, German. Origin, place of birth, Kenya. There is no way you can bring in an au pair as a Kenyan. And actually, I would not advise you to bring them. Trust me. Out of experience, I don't think I would want to bring a Kenyan into my home. You know why? Imagine that home won't stand. It will break, you know, because you'll be speaking to a Hindi 247, alafu you know, how? No, you can't. It's not possible. And first of all, I thank the government for saying no. Because you can't. There is a paper you get when you apply for an au pair as a guest, as a host family. And this paper is usually orange, that you can bring it and see it is orange and it's clear. The person coming in is not from your origin. Because Beth, why do you know what is au pair? Au pairs come in to integrate. It is an exchange program. You come in, work for me, like help me. I don't call it really, it's work, but help me out with the boys, light household, light chores. And in the evening, you go to school. You can also go in the afternoon, but always I think au pairs, the ones who always had it was evening. I also went to school in the evening. When the parents are back, she goes to school so that she can learn and integrate. The moment she's Kenyan, how will she integrate? Sikudanganyi, it will be crazy. You cannot. What you can do, you can help this Kenyan au pair to get a German family that she can integrate and get to know the language. What is she going to do in your home? Pika ugali, umeosha vyombo, you know? But when the pairs come, like now we are getting a new au pair from Burkina Faso in August. Burkina Faso, they speak French. French is good for me, for my family, my kids will watachanuka, but also kileta Mswahili. No, you can't do. And the government doesn't allow you to do that.
Leah, in short, we want to tell people that it's not that we don't want or we can't. Maybe I could try. You know, I'm a person who likes to try something alone, then I can decide. But the government makes sure this is a culture exchange.
Yes.
That means the person who is coming in your house should not be from your country. Not even
your language. When you bring a Kenyan into your home, piga date, umeosha. And after their jobs, au pairs are not supposed to do in the first place. But the moment she's from Kenya, when that's au pair into a kazi is no. After if I'm a Kenyan, if there's a Kenyan watching this and would like to come to Germany as an au pair, don't even wish to go to a Kenyan family because it will be easier for you. Why have it easy for 1 year and hard for the rest of your life? Go to a German family, a European family, learn the language, get to integrate that you can live. You can't stay with a Kenyan family being a Kenyan from Kenya and you expect to live big. How? Because you need to be in a family where you get challenged. I remember when I got my first son, his first things when he was born were all first class because that's what the baby had that I used to take care of as an au pair. I went and got that what I had for my family, for their baby. I said, this kid had this, Amani needs this. Little did they know that I was holding my hands into the rich man's life. But if it was Kenyan, maybe hata saa zingine utamfunga mpaka shuka, because no, that's what, you know, if I'm Kenyan, I would say, no, I'm going into a German family, that I can be able to, you need to come here and grow. And trust me, you will not be able to grow in a Kenyan family as an au pair the same way a German family, a French family, a Spanish family would let you grow. How? When
So
you remember
Leah,
the problems you have in Kenya, how?
yeah, Leah, just advise somebody who, let us not talk about people came 10 years ago. Sometimes I usually say, those people who came 10 years ago, they have not gone to school. They have nothing. I told them, you just go to wash the toilets because that is the appetizer of starting a new life. And I usually say, if you are here 10 years and you are still doing the same job, you are in the wrong place. You should go back home and learn to do something else. So, Leah, talk to people who came in about a year. Tell
1
them
year ago.
1
10.
year ago or 2 years ago, 1 year to 2 years ago. Talk to them. What should they know in German? Which steps should they know? They take. What is your advice if they want to make it German?
Okay, I think to start with people who've been here for very long and they still do things that maybe they don't like doing, like cleaning. There are people who like cleaning. I also like water. You know, sometimes I choose to do my dishes instead of putting them in the dishwasher. I like it because water is flowing. I like it. But I think.
Your dishes.
Yeah.
You like to do your dishes, not from
no,
another.
But not all. Like kidogo, like saa zingine 2 glasses up. You know, it's not like
but
I like it, but I think.
Not from the neighbor.
No. Okay, that's where I'm getting there.
Together.
You know,
okay.
If you're doing like, I also like it, but I think if you're doing like cleaning and you've done it for very long and you like it, I think it's okay, but you have to think about your bones and bending every time because we are getting old, eh? But I would say if you've been cleaning for 1 year, it's okay. You can still clean, but remember, don't get comfortable in cleaning. Because if you get comfortable in cleaning, you think it is the way, because we didn't leave Kenya to come and clean here. We came here to move. We came here to fly with the eagles up there. You know me, Beth, I have a very, very hard, I don't know, I challenge myself with the best of the best. You know, I once worked for a millionaire couple. Unfortunately, they were gay, but that's the way they love their life, and I was not against them. I love them until today. And I remember the car they used to drive is the car I drive today. Why did I choose to drive this car? Because I used to look at it every morning when I came to work and I used to say, hey, there are people living life, eh? And I used to look at, and I used to ask myself, but who are they? Because I got connected with them. I used to watch how they do their thing, and I used to think, but they do it like other people. These people are not different from me, you know. And they inspired me. And when I saw it for sale, I thought, this is the car those guys drive. But I thought they are so rich. But I reminded myself, but you're not poor, you are, you know. And I went for it. Back when bosses eat, I want to know, what are they talking? How do they do their thing? Can I do it the same way? And I realized there are things I used to do the wrong way. First of all, with the people around you. If you are cleaning, you must be careful if other people around you are also cleaners. You'll clean all of you, I swear. Yeah, if you are cleaning and my neighbor is cleaning, we'll always be talking about the new detergent. But if you are cleaning and you have somebody in the office, I know if they are my friends watching this video, they will stand a witness and say, how many of them did I push and say, I've picked you enough, you know how to do driving. You know, like, oh, you've been cleaning. Why can't you try and go to school? I also went to school, but you have to risk. You have to believe in yourself and say, you know what? These schools are meant for us. Go to school and believe in yourself. Sometimes you don't even need to go to school, because I never went to school to learn cooking. And today we are doing it really big time. Today I'm free, but tomorrow we'll be serving lunch. 70 people are definitely going to eat in one of my trucks. Not because I went to school, I just thought this mboga has to be cooked vitunguu, mafuta, nyanya kidogo, you cook, and it was okay. And Germany does, okay, their jobs need qualification. But the moment you say you want to be self-employed, nobody will ask you. So you want to be self-employed, show me how you learned how to do hair. It's self-employment, that means you're believing in your own hands, your brain, you know. And sometimes even to get a job, if you really pray and work hard and be focused and be at the right place at the right time, you might get a job you never went to school for. I worked for Lufthansa 8 years. It's not because I went to school here. I went to school after.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be people who are going to motivate you and tell you, hebu jaribu apply hapa, maybe utacha kuosha. But if you're
So
doing it, umetoka kuosha, au utanyosha kwangu, they even come to clean their own house again. So you'll be cleaning. And then you realize when you clean and you don't want to do it and you're not doing it with you know, we also have a bit of ego, which is not so bad. I don't mean you get proud, but also proud in the Lord is not bad because He has blessed you. You know, when you clean, you cannot speak the same way with people who come in, you know, they flew in business from Paris. You feel small. And the reason why you feel small is because you don't believe in yourself. These people who have made it, they're not different from us. They don't have, they were not born with a logo on their face or a tattoo that they are supposed to shine and I'm supposed to be the last. No. Success is self-imposed. Limitations are self-imposed. You say, I want to be successful, and I chose to be that woman in this country who wants to make a difference. I want to live, I want the Germans to look and say, wow, I want if Mandela is watching from above, he'll say there are Africans out there making us proud who are making it happen. I chose to say, I want to be that person. And you have to make the choice too.
Yeah. So Leah, somebody is saying, Oi, Wakenya na tabia zetu baya. If only we can change and be faithful. Leah, usikasirike sana. Bado kuna wengi wetu wazuri.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you so much, whoever said that. I'm not mad at anybody. I love everybody. Actually, I remember there's a time we were told to close our eyes for 3 minutes, but my mom never told me, don't always close your eyes before you know why you are closing. But we were told, close your eyes for 3 minutes and think of 3 enemies you have because we want to forgive these 3 best enemies. You know me, I closed my eyes and started laughing because I didn't have any. I thought, and there's one girl I used to think I didn't like, because she really broke my heart. And I thought, but I missed her. Actually, instead of thinking she's bad, I missed her in this moment of closing my eyes. I love everybody. And there is one thing I never say, Wakenya wenzetu wanafanya, because I believe life is a journey. And as you go, there are things you're going to let go and there are things you're going to carry with you. How I pray you're going to carry things that are going to help you to grow, that are going to motivate other people, inspire other people, and that are going to push you to your destiny. This is what I would ask for. But being with Kenyans and saying Wakenya wasaidiana, you don't wait for Kenyans to help you. Like me, my track, maybe if I have a Kenyan who comes, maybe it's 1 or 2 in a month. And these are people who say, we don't have clients who are Kenyans. My clients are German. And I can't be mad that they are not coming. Maybe it's even better they don't come because maybe if they come, we'll start speaking Swahili and then I'll neglect my customers. If they come, maybe they'll start eating credit and then we'll kosana. If they come, we might gossip. So anytime Kenyans avoid me, I just tell God, it was I love them, but you know, I don't know. It's okay. They are not there. It's okay. I'm okay. I love them, but if you are struggling with Kenyans alongside, ask yourself, why are you even with them? Maybe you need to with Ugandans or Nigerians, or if you want Africans, you have Ghanaians, or to with Germans. Move to these German people so that you can be able to integrate.
So Leah, let me say so. It's not only where you live. The story that you are talking about, it's the same like everywhere here too. The people who you are waiting for them to help you, they are the people whom you don't see, especially those people from our home country. And I wish that we could change, because I personally, it's very hard for me when you're talking something negative. I try, even I can say something which is not true. I say that person is good. I know her, because I don't want this mentality that everywhere you see a person making, you have to put salt inside. Let me say so. So that because you are envy of this person, but you don't know until she reaches this position, how was her journey? Because I know nobody who makes it just click and then it's everything that somebody wished. So Rhea, just here is something somebody is saying. Good ladies, by the way, what are the opportunities available for us at over 27 years of age?
I don't know if FSJ, they freiwillige get this voluntary year. I think it's to 27. I think 27 or 28. I think it's 27. And I think there comes the end of the fun, because au pairs need to enjoy. That's the time where you're given this opportunity to be here. You can go to Austria. And I think after that, not that I knew, I don't know anything that I could use. Like my family, my brother loves here. I now invite him to come visit. Maybe you can try to come in and study here. You can try to see if you can be able to study and have a reason why you want to study here. After the au pair program, after 27, things change. They look at you like somebody who is ready to settle now, you know? And the fear that they have is that you might come in and settle down. So have a reason of why you want to come and settle here. Maybe as a student, or maybe you've always had a dream of getting married by a white man like I used to. It was always a dream that I want to be married by a white man, that you maybe get in the right place, or maybe get a friend who will invite you, come see the place first of all before you can want to come and stay here. Because I personally, if I may be very honest, I usually tell people who are very close to me, oh, auntie, tunaweza kuja Germany, can we come and stay there? And I ask them, why do you want to come and stay here? Because it's not very easy. And they say, yeah, you are living good. And, you know, and I say people have different journeys. You cannot look at the way that I live and believe when you come in, you live the same way, you know. And I think I would say maybe get somebody to invite you, come and have a look, see how lonely Germany can become. And I love it. I think I love everything about this country. Since 4 years now, I fell in love after over 10 years. 10 years later, I fell in love with this country. Before then, I was in 10 years of sadness, loneliness. I didn't understand. I believed I had to see other people, other Kenyans for me to be happy, only to realize that sometimes I was even more sad. Because what happiness does it bring me when I meet you guys and later their stories going all over? Or I got into gossiping. I learned how to gossip like a professional, you know. And some habits you cannot just wake up and forget. They pain. You know, gossiping is very sweet. When somebody tells you, hey, umesikia, you are like, ati, able to you sit down and now, you know, and habit that just ask yourself, do you really want to be in this country? And the reason why, because I would say maybe try and see if you can get money. What I'm trying to do right now is to help people back in Kenya to be stable back in Kenya, because Kenya is very beautiful. Things are easy there. Really, you can't compare them to you have to learn the language. You have to get yourself a nice environment, and you have to be very strong for you to say, you know what, Germany doesn't look so good, but I choose to be happy. It needs strong people also. But with God, I said my video, you can dare the country. If you watch my second last video, dare God is just 1 minute, you can go and watch it. I dared God, I never knew what was here, but God knew that He was coming to bless me in a way that I could never have imagined, you know. And I believe there's somebody watching this who still feels deep in her heart, Germany is my country. Fight for it, look for ways. But I would say maybe visit for a month and see.
So by the way, Leah, the dream chaser, she have a YouTube channel. Please don't. I just say subscribing. It's what we can say. But what we can also advise you is to check for this, watch the videos. If it's something which can help somebody else, please share. That is more important than the others. Share so that people get information or get encouraged, because the person we are today is not the person we were yesterday.
No.
And where you will get us tomorrow, it's not here. You're getting us somewhere else. I told you it's not coward. We are not coward. No. We are moving.
Oh, yes.
Just to add on top of people who want to come in Germany, and they are over 27. There, we have so many opportunities right now. Since the pandemic, we have a program that helps people to come and work here as a nurse. If you are a nurse at home, just learn the language. The problem is the language. If you have the language, I know it's not something that you will learn with one day, but I assure you, if you have the language, even you will be comfortable living here.
Yeah, it will make it easy.
Yeah, in 2 years, 1 year, you won't regret leaving your home country and coming here. Another thing we have is the FSJ, social work. It's up to 27. If you are 27, you should hurry up for your Germany. And for au pair, it's from 18 to to 26 years. And other
Mm-hmm.
opportunities are there. People don't know this, that here mechanics are needed. We need bus drivers. We also need people who anything to do with hands. You know, you do Schneider Live. What do we call it?
I do fashion, yeah. Tailoring, you mean?
Tailoring, yeah.
Designing,
Tailoring.
yeah.
Here. And you know what you need is just to show that you have B1 certificate. And I find it the right type of the language that you should have, because I assure you, I don't want that you come here, you are helped by Rhea and Beth, and when you leave here, you cannot go any further. Here we don't have time for anybody. I'm telling you the truth. You know,
yeah, it's different. You're right.
The truth. But here we are here to tell you the truth. Here you are your own boss. You have to do everything on your own. It's not that I don't want to help you, but I don't have time for this. I want somebody who is reliable to her or himself. So Ryan, you talked about cars. You talked about cars, and this is
the car that I got inspired by somebody.
Yeah, so let us talk a little bit of Kenyan people, or the let me fall in at large, because Germany people are not so, you see many or traveling with trains and buses, most of them. But we foreigners in general, we have to have cars, we have to drive this type of a car. What would you advise us? Because this is a topic that right now it's so burning. We have only 8 minutes. I want we take an hour.
Okay. Okay, I would say, okay, driving the train is actually,
what is the right time of having a driving license, or rather driving? What is your advice to people who would wish to do this? And what is
the right time to drive? I think personally, I drove really like long time ago. I started long time, and the reason why is because the guy who was supposed to take me to work, who drove with me, my neighbor, invited me, was from Angola, invited me on a Sunday for lunch, and I didn't go, and he was mad that I never went, so he never picked me up the next day. And I said, hey, so what am I going to do? And the next day I went to the bus, and I was almost 1.5 hours on my way to work. I said no, and that's how I did my driving. I realized I need it. I would say, ask yourself, are you living in a city? I remember my sister was here in Germany years ago. She was in Munich as an au pair, and she was working for an optician and a dentist. They were rich. She even had an apartment away from the family. Like, they were really, really okay. And they had 2 cars. They were parked in the garage. They never went to them, because where you park even this car stand, and they used to take the train. And I came to realize in Kenya, you cannot find somebody parking those 2 cars and going by matatu. It's not possible. German, the mentality is different. You check, first of all, why do you even need that car, and even the driving license. For me, I say, if you're living somewhere where connection is very good, then say, because I mean, car, it's only that now we have this thing of fancy cars, what are you driving and all this. But if you can get from A to B, at the end of the day, the money doesn't come and say, because you drove, you get more, because you came with the train, it's you get to work and actually realize that you went to Düsseldorf yesterday, you took the ICE, you went via train. I was able to write emails in the train, I was able to sleep, I was reading my book. But if I was driving, then I have to concentrate, the kids are, and I would say comfort. There is a lot of comfort in the train. With car, there's flexibility, but you have to ask yourself, because even this driving comes with cost. When you get that car, depending on what car you're driving, you've added expenses into your life. Are they things that you really need, or are you doing them? Because there's something I say, don't do something because somebody else is doing it. Why? You can be so comfortable. Like my ex-au pair that I visited yesterday, she's living such a nice life in such a small apartment, and you'll find somebody having that big house, so stressed. Sometimes I don't know which room you'll wash, even before you clean up down. I don't know. And she was living so nicely yesterday. I just stayed there and I said, life is not so bad here, Because the more there is when you expand, there is that danger. It's just like when you get more kids. It's not the same like when you had one kid. Even with assets, the more you get them, the more things come into your life. Ask yourself, why do I need a driving license? Is it because Beth is driving that I need one? Is it because Leah has a car that I need a bigger one? Because I personally, I would say like the car that I drive, I would not advise anybody to buy it for fun because it's not fun. It's not, it's damn expensive. Of course it's nice, but why do you need it? You know, and I personally say I need it for pulling my trucks from A to B, but I would ask myself really, especially here in Germany, do I have really to pay so much money at the end of the month and at the end of the year? Because the bigger the car, maybe the more emissions you emit, and that means you're going to pay more tax. Is it worth it? Is it just a luxury car that is sucking you? Because if it's sucking you, then it's not even, it's in the wrong place. You know, it needs to be fun.
Yeah, and that's what many people don't know, Leah, that you have your first of all, getting your driving license, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's a bit expensive.
It's expensive.
But if you need it, then you need to invest, because you know better when you need something. If you know that when you can drive, you can be able to work at the airport easily because the connection is bad, then that's an investment that is worth. The problem comes in if you do it because you just want to do it, just for fun. It might lag you, I don't know. But if you need it, it's an investment worth every cent. But not to be driving and then you park your car there paying everything that you have to pay and it's not doing anything for you.
You know,
I think if you need something, go for it. Even apartment, I said there are people living in apartments who are happier than people who are living in houses. Ask yourself, is it really important that you have this house? Because it also has its cost. If there's a reason why, go for it, because it's this reason that is going to push you when things get hard, when one of you loses their job and you have all those things you need to pay for. The reason that pushed you to do it will push you during this time. But if you don't have a reason, and then your husband maybe gets sick or something happens and money comes down, then everything is going to pull you down because you never had a reason enough. I have a video, have a reason enough. Go and watch the video. It's a good video.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you can have everything in life, but think of what do I need, what don't I need? Because like in my time, you are living in the village, you are crying, the bus is coming 3 times a day, such reasons. But if you are, you know, there are things that I did not know. I didn't know that the insurance have to be paid at the end of the month.
Yeah.
The streets that the tanking, the oil I'm tanking, it will also take money. At the end, after I count what I removed for this car, I realized it was 3 times of my ticket. And I said, you know what? It's just because I don't have, otherwise, because I have kids, we have to go to school, all of us. And that was the reason why I did it. But some people come and realize, oops, I messed it. But if there was somebody who could have said, oh, or told me, it's here, you have to go through this, then it could be better and I could check for another ways, you know? So Raya, we are almost 1 hour. And do you have something burning that you could like to share with my people here?
If I have something what?
Burning, something that you feel this one I should tell them.
I think I'll go back to my slogan. Don't wait for too long before you can start something. Don't wait to have all the answers before you can begin. Begin with the little that you have. Be very careful when you have to speak about something. Discern to know the right people to tell whatever you want to tell. May God help you to know whom to tell what. Because here you need wisdom. Not that you give something that is a dream that is supposed to help a community, a nation, to a dream killer, and then you just leave it all. Before you talk, ask yourself, why are you talking? Before you open up to somebody, ask yourself, do I know this person? Why am I getting so close? If Samson knew that that night he will sleep without hair, Delilah would be out. He never knew. Discern to know the moment. Want to know the people around you, not just to know them because ulisikia ama ulimuona. Let God guide you. I'm a believer. I love him so much. God is my everything. I usually say I'm nothing without him. Everybody knows my neighbors, my car is rich and very big. God is my everything. Ask God to guide you. And if you feel if you're not a believer, may your instincts be activated for you to be able to know who am I with? What do I share with them? And why do I even share with them? And what's the input and the output? Because in every relationship, it does not matter whether it's with your family, your marriage, or friends, but friends play a very big role in pushing dreams and killing dreams. Who are the people in your life? What are they doing? Are these the people who do things back in Kenya, invest, and yet they are so silent? You are the one keeping me here, dropping me there, and then in Kenya things are moving, they are using you. Do you have suckers in your life? Do you have people who are motivating you and pushing you to get to the next level? Do you have such friends? If you don't, ask God to give you new friends, and don't fear to grow. Don't fear to outgrow a relationship. You might have a friend for so long and both of you are stagnant. You are not helping each other. Be strong enough and say, you know what? Let me try. And don't feel bad when these friends maybe realizes you're not the same person you used to be. That means you're growing.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you guys. Be at the right place at the right time. May God help you to discern to know the moment when to make a step. And let us shine.
Yeah, I cannot say anything else. I can just say, we go. I decide what you want to be. Who right now, whom you are. Are you the person that you want to be tomorrow? If not, just wake up. Say, today is my day. I'm going to. And you know what, Leah? There is something I usually see. If you see you are not making up, wherever you are, people are the same. Just change the place you are in. Go to another place. It's always good to start anew. You get new people who see you with another eye, who see your potential, and not the people who just see your mistake. You are not just make a point of going somewhere that you can start afresh.
Afresh, you're right.
Yeah.
I also have a video, start over again. I think everything you are talking, I'm feeling so good because it's like I'm repeating and I'm now telling God it had a reason. You can check my channel, I have starting over again. Find a reason, that purpose, and don't stop. Don't let anybody stop you.
This woman is great. Oh, these women are great. I told you, we are not coward. We are in a, when you are a place where you are new in another country, I can walk anywhere. This woman can walk anywhere. I'm telling you. When somebody becomes a self-employer here in Germany, it's not easy. This person, she have worked for this. And I know she's still working on it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I am. I'm not stopping.
Oh, my God. You are just the first impression I see you. I have so many answers in me. So until our next video or our next live chat, bye-bye. Have a good day.
Thank you, guys. Bye. And thank you, Beth, so much for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.